ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपदान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधाकान्त नमस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। We'll pay respects to Sri Sri Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman ji. Hare Krishna. Lokabhiramam Ranarangadhiram Rajivanetram Raghuvanshanatham Karunyarupam Karunakarantam Shri Ramachandram Sharanam Prapade। सिया राम मैं सब जग जानी करहूँ प्रणाम जोरी युग पानी। जनक सुता जग जननी जानकी अतिशय प्रिय करुणा निधान की। ताके जुग पद कमल मनाऊं जासु कृपा निर्मल मति पाऊं। मनोजवं मारुततुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतावरिष्ठं वातात्मजं वानरयूथमुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शरणं प्रपद्ये। बुद्धिहीन तनु जानके सुमिरो पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेश विकार। श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मन मुकुर सुधार भरणौ रघुबर विमल यश जोदायक फल चार सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय Hare Krishna. Thank you everyone. Before we read some shlokas from Bhagavad Gita, we'll recite Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya 3 times together. Wherever you are, you can sit straight, neck in the line with the back. Close your eyes, focus on the sound vibration. Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. Sorry. So we are going to read some shlokas from Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita has a particular message actually. And there is one particular message which pops up again and again, quite a few of them, but one prominent message which pops up in Bhagavad Gita very often, and which I've selected some shlokas from Bhagavad Gita which gives the same message in the different way. So Lord Krishna gives different message, same message in a different way to Arjuna. So there are some shlokas which I have selected, starting with the chapter number 2. The theme is the same of all the shlokas. So let's see how we can come to the conclusion. So Lord Krishna says to Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita, when Arjuna is refusing to fight the war, so Lord Krishna says to Arjuna, Durena hi avaram karma buddhi yoga dhananjaya buddho sharanam manavichha krupana phala hetava. You can repeat after me. Durena hi avaram karma buddhi yoga dhananjaya buddho sharanam manavichha kripana phala hetava. So two words I have highlighted. I mean here one word, but one in English, one in Sanskrit, which says here, what does it say? Sharanam. So this is the theme which we are going to talk today from Bhagavad Gita. How Lord Krishna is using this word or the word similar to Sharanam. The meaning of the Sharanam is समर्पण और सरेंडर. हाँ, भगवान को सरेंडर. तो भगवान क्या कहते हैं अर्जुन को यहाँ पे? भगवान लॉर्ड कृष्ण is saying to Arjuna, "Oh Dhananjaya." Arjuna's another name is Dhananjaya. Why Dhananjaya? Because yes. Oh no 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 no. No. That is not the answer. Dhananjaya. Dhan means money, and Ajaya means one who won the money. So when there was Ashwamedh Yagna planned for Yudhishthir Maharaj, at that time Arjuna helped him to get some money for the sacrifice for Ashwamedh Yagna. So that is where Dhananjaya name came. It's a long history, but we won't go into that detail because we don't want to diversify the topic. The purpose here is to understand this word Sharanam. So Lord Krishna is saying, "Oh Dhananjaya, keep all abominable activities." Abominable, which is means avaram here. It says Durena hi avaram. Avaram means abominable, which means that the activities which are against your dharma. For example, like say you are a father and your dharma is to look after the kids and you don't look after, then that is abominable, adharma, right? Lord Krishna is saying, Durena hi avaram karma means, oh Dhananjaya, keep all abominable activities far distant by Buddhi Yogat. Buddhi Yoga, Lord Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ji translate that word from Buddhi Yoga to Bhakti Yoga. Because ultimate conclusion of Bhagavad Gita is Bhakti. So Lord Krishna is saying, hey Arjuna, keep all abominable activities far distant by devotional service, which is Buddhi Yoga. And in that consciousness, surrender unto the Lord. Now, because he is using the word Lord here, because Lord Krishna starts revealing himself about his own identity that he is the Supreme Lord in the third chapter and then fourth chapter onwards. So at this time, Arjuna is not being revealed that Lord Krishna is the Supreme Personality of himself. And then he's saying further, those who want to enjoy the fruits of their work are called as Kripana. There is a word here, Kripana. I will try to use the pointer if I can. Okay. So here is the Kripana. Can you see that? Okay. So Kripana means miser. You understand the word miser? Miser means somebody who has a lot of money. For example, कंजूस बोलते हैं उसको हिंदी में. So one who doesn't want to use the money, to store everything in the bank, called miser. So Lord Krishna is saying here, Arjuna, you are Kshatriya, you got so much power, and now you are acting like a miser. You are not using this power to defeat the enemy. You understand? Mm-hmm. So here the word used is Sharanam. Okay, I'm not going to explain the shloka in detail, but we are explaining the Sharanam word here. So then Lord Krishna further in the next shloka, third chapter, 30 shloka, again Lord Krishna says, Mai sarvani karmani sanyasya adhyatma chetasa nirashir nirmamo bhutva yudhyasva vigata jvara. So again, sannyasa means also one who gives up everything, surrender. So Lord Krishna is saying that though, Arjuna, surrendering all your work unto me, with full knowledge of me, without desire for profit, with no claims to proprietorship and free from lethargy, you please fight. So here, Mai Sarvani Karmani. So now Krishna is revealing all the karma you dedicate to me. Me means Lord Krishna himself. Sannyasa Adhyatma Chetasa. Sannyasa means giving up completely, which is surrender again. And he says, Nirashir Nirmamo Bhutva. Nirashir means without any worry about profit loss. Most of the times Arjuna was thinking like that if I kill them, what is the use of winning the whole battle, right? Most of the time in our life also, we think about profit loss. But when you say Sharanam, Sharanam means no thinking, profit loss. You just give up, like that. You understand the word? So here Lord Krishna is saying, Yudhyasya Vigata Jvara. Vigata Jvara. Jvara means actually bimari, disease, fever. So Lord Krishna is saying, you have got a Vigata Jvara. Vigata Jvara. Vigata means you are becoming very lethargic, very lazy. You are not doing your duty actually. That is what Lord Krishna is saying. So here the Lord Krishna is using Sannyasya, which means surrender. So the first word Lord Krishna used was Sharanam. Lord Krishna here now uses Sannyasya. Then the third time Lord Krishna says here in Bhagavad Gita, Ye yatha mam prapadyante tam statheva bhajamyaham mam avartamanu vartante manushya partha sarvasha. So now here Lord Krishna is using the word prapadyante. Prapadyante also means surrender. Mam means me. Me means Krishna. So Lord Krishna is saying, hey Arjuna, ye yatha mam prapadyanti tam satheva bhajamyaham. Which means, as all surrender to me, I reward them accordingly. आप जो भाव से भगवान को शरणागत हो जाएंगे, भगवान वो भाव से रेसिप्रोकेट करेंगे. For example, somebody surrenders to Lord Krishna as a friend, like Arjuna was friend of Krishna. He's a cousin brother, but friend, more of friend. So then the Lord will reciprocate in a friendly mood. Nanda Baba and Yashoda surrendered to Krishna in a form of parents, Vatsalya Bhava. Some people they worship Laddu Gopal, Chote Gopal ki worship karte hain. They are in the parent mood, like that. So everybody, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Everybody has different mood. Like Kansa remembered Krishna how? Ah, so Krishna reciprocated as an enemy. Huh? Like little Gwal Bal in Vrindavan. आप वृंदावन गए हैं कभी? प्रभु जी गए हैं, आप गए वृंदावन? You were small, but it's good you get. Hare Krishna, newcomers to Thunder Bay, welcome. We'll talk more. So we're reading some Bhagavad Gita shlokas here. And the theme which we have picked up today, Hare Krishna, we have picked up the theme is the surrender. So Lord Krishna is saying, as all surrender to me, I reward them. ये यथामाम प्रपद्यन्ते. तो आप जो भाव से भगवान की भक्ति करेंगे, भगवान वो भाव से आपके साथ. लेकिन कोई भाव चाहिए, ऐसा है कि भाव नहीं है तो फिर भक्ति में कोई मजा. You see, without feeling, there is no relationship, right? Like say, I have a feeling with him like a brother. So then our relationships are brother. My relationship with you is like say a friend. So it is a friendly relationship. So there are different levels of relationship, right? You understand? So in the life, we need to have some sort of relationship with Krishna. तो आपका कोई भी भाव हो सकता है भगवान को भक्ति करते के समय. जैसे कि आप भगवान की भक्ति करते हैं तो यूजुअली लोग भगवान की भक्ति कैसे करते हैं? यू आर माई मास्टर. ऐश्वर्य भाव रहता है, यानी कि भगवान आप बहुत ऊंचे हो, हम आपके सामने कुछ भी नहीं है, हम आपको शरणागत करते हैं. ये इसको क्या कहते हैं? ऐश्वर्य भाव. फिर दूसरा है वात्सल्य भाव यानी पेरेंटहुड. तीसरा है साख्य भाव, जैसे कि अर्जुन का भाव है, मित्रता का भाव है भगवान के साथ, तो साख्य भाव. फिर है माधुर्य भाव, जैसे कि व्रज की गोपियां है, तो एक प्रेम का संबंध है ना. तो ऐसा अलग अलग भाव रहते हैं हमारे जीवन में भी. हमारे लोगों के साथ जितने भी रिलेशन है, तो उसका एक भाव का एक, जैसे कि सॉल्टी फूड है, उसका सॉल्टी टेस्ट रहता है. हाँ, सॉल्टी फूड है सॉल्टी टेस्ट, स्वीट डिफरेंट टेस्ट. So every food has a different taste. Similarly, all our relationship also has a taste. You need to start enjoying that taste. Like Uday and Rahul, they have a taste of friendship bhav. They're very close friends, right? So that is a enjoyment, you know. So we also need to have some sort of relationship with Krishna. So the Lord Krishna is saying, Ye yathamam prapadyante. So Lord Krishna is saying, as all surrender to me, I reward them accordingly. Everyone follows my path in all respects, O son of Pratha. So if you surrender to Krishna in the mode of an enemy like Kansa, remember, or Hiranyakashipu, or Ravana, if you are like that, you know, Ravan, Kansa, Hiranyakashipu, they used to remember Krishna every day, every second actually. Then how? In the form of an enemy. तो भगवान उनके सामने कैसे आए? एनिमी बन के आ गए. हाँ, तो आपका जो भाव है भगवान आपके सामने प्रकट हो जाएंगे. लेकिन आपका भाव का खेल है, ये भक्ति है, ये भाव के बिना. देयर इज नो भक्ति विदाउट इमोशंस, यू नो. So like that. So here Lord Krishna is using the word prapadyante. Prapadyante means surrender. Okay. So here again Lord Krishna is using the word surrender. So then let's see next shloka, 7th chapter. Again we are using the theme of surrender. So Lord Krishna is saying to Arjuna, Daivihi esha gunamayi mama maya durataya mam eva ye prapadyante maya metam tarantite. क्या यूज वर्ड किया है? प्रपद्यन्ते. क्या बताया? सरेंडर. तो भगवान क्या कहते हैं कि दैवी ही ऐशा गुणमही. तो ये जो भगवान की एक शक्ति है, Lord Krishna has one energy which is called as Daivi Shakti. Daivi means this external energy. So this external energy is called as Durga. अभी नवरात्रि आएगी, दुर्गा माता की पूजा होती है. तो दुर्गा ये बहुत स्पेशल पोजीशन है. दुर्ग यानी कि एक किला. और दुर्ग को जो गार्ड करते हैं उसको दुर्गा कहते हैं. ये जो भौतिक जगत है पूरा, पृथ्वी लोक नहीं, भौतिक जगत पूरा, यानी जितने भी विश्व है, एवनी यूनिवर्सेस, ऑल दोज, दे आर लुक्ड आफ्टर बाय दुर्गा माता. इसलिए दुर्गा इज अ वेरी प्रोमिनेंट पर्सनालिटी इन द यूनिवर्सल मैनेजमेंट. सो लॉर्ड कृष्ण इज सेइंग दैवी ही ऐशा गुणमयी. दिस इज दुर्गा इज माय एनर्जी एंड इट इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू ओवरकम दुर्गा. नोबडी कैन ओवरकम दुर्गा. What is the role of Durga? दुर्गा माता का काम क्या है? हाँ, demons को मारना. दूसरा, हाँ, punish, yes, to protect. Okay, so दुर्गा मैंने जैसे बताया कि किला या फिर जेल बता सकते हैं. हाँ. So this all the world, universe, in this all the living entities, we all are in this world, right? And we are being looked after by Durga, so that we cannot escape from this world. Why? Because we are punished here in this material world through Lord Krishna's different energies. You know? हमें बहुत सारे दुख आते हैं जीवन में, नहीं? दुख आते हैं क्या नहीं जीवन में? अलग अलग प्रकार के दुख, आदि दैविक, आदि भौतिक, आध्यात्मिक, किसी को मानसिक प्रॉब्लम, मेंटल प्रॉब्लम, somebody has physical problem, somebody has neighbor troubling him, or brothers or sisters, or country, or weather, you know, lots of problems in the world. So all these problems are the punishment to us through agency of Durga, because Durga wants us to realize what she wants us to realize. There is no happiness in this world. This world is a dukkhalayam. पुनरपि जन्म पुनरपि मरण. जन्म लेना, फिर बूढ़े हो जाना, फिर वापस जन्म लेना. तो ये साइकिल जो है दुर्गा माता के सुपरविजन में होता है. ये यहाँ के ये भौतिक जगत से आपको मोक्ष नहीं मिल सकता, बाहर नहीं जा सकते जब तक दुर्गा माता वहाँ पे है. अगर यहाँ से बाहर जाना है तो भगवान कृष्ण कहेंगे कि दुर्गा माता, ये 2 बच्चे हैं, ये मेरे भक्त हैं, इनको बाहर भेजो. जैसे कि जेल का जो गार्ड रहता है वो किसी को जेल से बाहर नहीं भेज सकता. अगर प्रेसिडेंट या प्राइम मिनिस्टर या जज ऑर्डर करे कि इसको बाहर भेज दो, तो फिर इसको जेल से बाहर भेज सकते हैं. वैसे ही दुर्गा माता को जब भगवान की आज्ञा होती है तभी, नहीं तो फिर यमराज क्या करते? यमराज भी ये दुर्गा माता के अंडर ही काम करते हैं. दुर्गा माता की बहुत बड़ी पोजीशन है. तो अंडर हर ऑल द यूनिवर्सल मैनेजमेंट अफेयर्स आर अंडर माता दुर्गा. But then she listens to Mahavishnu, which is Lord Krishna. Okay, so Lord Krishna is saying that this divine energy of mind, consisting of 3 modes of nature, is difficult to overcome. So Mother Durga, very difficult. You can't win her. She can kill all the demons. So we are like machhar, right? So Lord Krishna is saying, but those who have surrendered to me can easily cross beyond it. Devi hi esha gunamayi mama maya durataya. Durataya means very difficult. But mam evaya prapadyante mayamitam taranti. Taranti means cross over, swim करना, है ना? तो ये जो भव सागर है, इसको क्रॉस करना. आप समझो ओलंपिक्स में you got 4 gold medals or 10 gold medals. But can you swim across Atlantic Ocean? No, because it is very big. Winning gold medal is one thing, but you can't. So how can you cross over the Atlantic Ocean? Ship or somebody lifts you, है ना? इसलिए हम जब कहते हैं कि हरि बोल, तो भगवान हमें लिफ्ट कर लो यहाँ से, तो भगवान यहाँ पे कहते हैं कि those who surrender to me can easily cross. तो अगर भगवान को सरेंडर कर दिया तो भगवान दुर्गा माता कहेंगे ये सब हमारे कस्टमर हैं, इनको सबको just take them out of this. We don't want them to take birth again because these are all my devotees. So this is what Lord Krishna is telling to Arjuna. फिर आगे तो यहाँ पे क्या वर्ड यूज किया है? प्रपद्यन्ते. फिर आगे एक बार और यूज करते हैं यहाँ पे भगवान, बहुनाम जन्मनामन्ते ज्ञानवा माम प्रपद्यन्ते वासुदेवं सर्वमिति स महात्मासु दुर्लभ. बहुनाम जन्मनामन्ते ज्ञानवा माम प्रपद्यन्ते वासुदेवं सर्वमिति स महात्मासु दुर्लभ. तो भगवान क्या कहते हैं यहाँ पे? व्हाट लॉर्ड कृष्णा इज सेइंग? आफ्टर बहुनाम, बहुनाम मीन्स मेनी मेनी. बहुनाम जन्म, जन्म मीन्स बर्थ. वेरी गुड. तो बहुनाम जन्मनाम अंते, at the end. So after many many births, at the end of many many births, what happens? Jnanava mam prapadyante. Jnan means knowledge. So after many many births, actually those who are in knowledge, prapadyante, they surrender to Krishna. Jnanava mam. Mam means Krishna. So after many many births, with the full knowledge, people surrender to me. Because people are confused nowadays, you know. They don't know what is what. So they don't usually go to temple even. You are very fortunate souls, maybe trained by your parents to come to the temple. But not many people go to temple nowadays. No? So Lord Krishna is saying, after many, many births and deaths, he who actually is in knowledge surrenders to me. Me means आप लोग ध्यान में हैं समझ रहे हैं कुछ आपके मुंह पे कुछ एक्सप्रेशन नहीं दिख रहा है तो ऐसे मास्क लगा है ऐसा लग रहा है मेडिटेशन में क्या क्या समझ में आ रहा है गुजराती समझाई છે બધું આપણે શું વાત કરી રહ્યા છે અહીંયા સરેન્ડર વેરી ગુડ સ્માર્ટ ગાય વોટ ઇઝ યોર નેમ વલય અને તમારું કમલ થેન્ક યુ ફોર બ્રિંગિંગ બોથ ઓફ ધેમ So what is the theme? Surrender. तो भगवान क्या कहते हैं? After many birds. So in the previous life also we might be animal, insect, bird, reptile. तो तभी तो मंदिर आने का सवाल ही नहीं आता है अगर बंदर है तो शायद वृंदावन में बंदर है तो शायद एक आध बार मंदिर में हरे कृष्णा वेलकम 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 हरे कृष्णा बेटू हैव अ सीट हाउ आर यू टुडे Okay, you listen and then I'm going to ask you some questions, okay? Carefully, okay? And then don't go out when other kids come. You stay here. Let them play outside, okay? Okay, thank you. Hare Krishna, welcome, welcome. So, what we are talking about here is, after many, many births, bahunam janmana mante gnanva mam prapadyante. After many, many births, when one is lucky to get some knowledge, then what will he do? Surrender to Krishna. Otherwise, very difficult to surrender to Krishna. People will surrender to outside people. My boss, my friend, my whatever it is, They will surrender to them. Whatever they say, they will do it. But Krishna says, give me some time. No time for Krishna. Krishna says, can you chant my mantra? Do you chant Hare Krishna mantra? Sometimes. I see you. Okay, so Krishna says chant my mantra. We have no time for chanting Hare Krishna mantra, but we can sing movie songs very nicely, right? So like that, So Krishna is saying, knowing me to be the cause of all causes and all that is. Hare Krishna, welcome Prabhu. Welcome. Such a soul is very rare. Bahunam janmana mante gnanva mam prapadyante Vasudevam sarvamiti sa mahatmasu durlabha. What is durlabha means?
Very rare.
Durlabh means rare, but sudurlabha?
So much rare.
Very, very rare. Who is rare to find? One who is surrendered to Krishna. Very difficult to find people surrendered to Krishna. People will surrender everybody else but Krishna. They don't have time. If you ask it, so Bahunam janmanamante gnanva mam prapadyante. So what is the theme here? Prapadyante, which means surrender. So how many shlokas we did for surrender? At least 5 now. We have more shlokas coming up. So our theme from Bhagavad Gita today is surrender. So then, next shloka, Lord Krishna is saying, 8th chapter, Bhagavad Gita. Lord Krishna is saying, Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu Mam anusmara yudhyacha Mayyarpita mano buddhir Mama evashyasi asamshaya. So now Lord Krishna is using another word. What is he saying? Maya arpita. Arpita means samarpana, which means surrender. Right? So Lord Krishna is using so same theme, different words. So Lord Krishna is saying here, therefore, Arjun, you should always think of me in the form of Krishna and at the same time carry out your prescribed duty of fighting. With your activities dedicated to me and your mind and intelligence fixed on me, you will attain me without doubt. So here Lord Krishna is asking two things from Arjuna. What is it he asking? What is Lord Krishna asking here from Arjuna?
Dedicate his mind and intelligence.
Very nice.
Man.
Man and buddhi. Maya arpita, mana buddhir. So you can give money to Krishna, you can give some food to Krishna, but Krishna doesn't want it. What does Krishna want? Hare Krishna. Please don't give it to her. She will hurt herself. Maya arpita mana buddhir. Huh? Mana means mind and buddhi is intelligence. So Lord Krishna is wanting mind and buddhi. Huh? So Lord Krishna is asking that you give me your mind and buddhi and you arpita. Arpita means again. So we are using the theme of surrender from Bhagavad Gita, and so many. This is the sixth sloka where Lord Krishna is asking. What is he asking? Surrender. To whom? To whom? To whom? Arjuna is asking whom to surrender. नहीं भगवान कृष्ण किसको कह रहे हैं कि आप मुझे सरेंडर हो जाइए, बताइए किसको कह रहे हैं? सबको यानी किसको? वो कौन? वो कौन? हम लोग कौन? मैं। देखिए कलेक्टिव रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी में किसी की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी नहीं रहती, नहीं। इज सेइंग दैट सबको, यानी मुझे नहीं, सबको। सब तुम सब सरेंडर हो जाओ, मैं तो सरेंडर हो ही। Whom he asking surrender with them? Me means I. So here Krishna through Arjuna giving message to whom? प्रभु जी से लेंगे। हाँ, me. किसको मैसेज दे रहे? Myself. So when Krishna is talking to Arjuna, whom he is talking to? He is talking to me, not us. When you say us, कोई भी नहीं आता है। हाँ? देखिए श्री श्री गौरनिताय की जय, श्री श्री सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान जी की जय, श्री श्री राधा ब्रजवत्सल की जय, श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा जी की जय, गौर विवरण। चलिए और एक श्लोक करते हैं, फिर आगे का करते हैं। सो नाउ लॉर्ड कृष्णा 18th chapter we are going now. Lord Krishna is saying tam eva sharanam gaccha sarvabhavena bharata tat prasadat param shantim sthanam prapashyasi sashvatam. So what is the word used here, highlighted in yellow? Sharanam. Sharanam means? So Lord Krishna is saying, hey son of Bharata, surrender unto me. By my grace you will attain transcendental peace and supreme eternal abode. So what is the word used here? Sharanam. इसके पहले कौन सा word यूज किया था? प्रपद्यन्ते. उसके पहले कौन सा यूज किया था? अर्पिता. Different words, but एक संन्यास्य word यूज किया था. उसके पहले संन्यास्य. Okay, and then next shloka 18.66. This is a very famous shloka, all of you must know this. Sarvadharman parityajya. Can you say loudly? Sarvadharman. Sarva dharman. Can you say loudly? Sarva parityajya mama ekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo moksha shyami ma suchaha. So what is Lord Krishna is saying? Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja. Sharanam. Mama ekam sharanam. Sharanam means surrender. तो भगवान कहते हैं abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender to me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear. तो हमने कितने श्लोक देखे भगवान ने, और बहुत सारे श्लोक हैं, और एक भी श्लोक है, लेकिन I will not go more into detail because our time is very short. But भगवान बार बार सरेंडर कह रहे हैं, है ना? Surrender, शरणागति, surrender, शरणागति. So question here is, what is surrender? चलिए, what do you understand by surrender? यहाँ से सब लोग एक एक quickly 1 second. What is that? So शरणम तो वर्ड हो गया, कैसे शरणागति कैसे करेंगे आप? भगवान को शरण होना है, क्या करेंगे? What will you do? So usually in the material world, when I say you surrender to somebody, which means that you are weaker and he is powerful, and surrender means that you give up your power and you are weak and you lose the battle, and you're saying I'm surrendering to you. So here in this case, what happens is the material sense, surrender means that whenever I will get my strength, I will come back and fight with you. Now I'm surrendering, but later on I'll see you. That is surrender in the material world. But in the spiritual sense, what is the surrender means? Do the whatever the activities which pleases Krishna is sharanam, is surrender. Okay, what do you understand?
Give up all the material aspects and surrender yourself. Like give up yourself, give up all the material aspects of life.
to Krishna. So that means, okay, so say you have $100 and you give $10 to Krishna. Is that surrender? No? Why not? Devoting yourself to Krishna, what does that mean? Can you elaborate little? So you have 24 hours in your life and you give 5 minutes to Krishna. Is that surrender? Then what is surrender? You have 24 hours and how many hours you give, so it is surrender?
Actually, it is 24, but whatever karma I am doing, I should be dedicating it to Krishna.
नहीं सरेंडर की क्या क्या व्याख्या है? सरेंडर यानी क्या?
24 hours.
Giving everything to Krishna. Surrender means you give up everything, you raise your hands and says I am surrendering, which means you don't have any proprietorship, है ना? जैसे कि बलि महाराज सरेंडर टू लॉर्ड वामन देवता. कैसे सरेंडर किया? पूरा सब कुछ मटेरियल दे दिया, आप भूर भुवस्व सब ले लो, फिर कहा अभी मुझे तीसरा पैर, वेयर डू आई पुट? दिस इज नाउ आई एम योर्स. दैट इज कॉल्ड एज. हमारा क्या सरेंडर है? We come 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 12, maybe 15 minutes or maybe 2 hours in a day. So what does surrender means? एक बार एक ब्राह्मण था. One Brahmin on his way to the temple, he saw a poor man. So he said, I'm going to give something him donation. So that poor Brahmana, the Brahmana gave that poor man some fruits, vegetables, some grocery. And then he was feeling in his heart that I have done some great philanthropic work, because I have helped some poor man. With that feeling of satisfaction, he went to the temple. And he offered some fruits again to Lord Krishna. But that day, Krishna started speaking to Brahmana. Because Krishna identified that in the heart of the Brahmana has some ego, that I have done something good for someone, I have done something better. So Lord Krishna wanted him to teach a lesson. So Lord Krishna said, don't offer me these fruits and vegetables, because these fruits and vegetables are given by me to you. You offer me something which you on yourself have made it. So Brahmana thought something and he went back and he made some sweets. वो स्वीट बना के लेके आया भगवान के लिए. तो भगवान ने कहा कि नहीं चलेगा, ये भी नहीं चलेगा. Give me something which is your own. So he started thinking, oh, all the grains, everything comes from Krishna. He said, I can offer this body to Krishna. But he thought, oh, this body is also made up of Pancha Mahabhuta. So how can I offer my body to Krishna? So then he went to Krishna and said, I'm sorry, I have nothing to offer you, because nothing belongs to me. I am just surrendered now to you. So that is surrender. So what is surrendering? No reservation. है ना? तन मन तेरा, धन मेरा, चेकबुक मेरा, बाकी सब तेरा. वो बोलेंगे हम आएंगे ना प्रभु जी, हम हेल्प करने को जरूर से आएंगे. फिर 1 घंटा आके गायब. तो उसको सरेंडर नहीं कहते हैं. सरेंडर यानी कि जैसे मीराबाई का सरेंडर था, नरसिंह मेहता का सरेंडर था, कि पूरा सब कुछ भगवान के ऊपर लगा देना, है ना? देखिए गैम्बलिंग मैच में जब जाते हैं, जब कैसीनो में जाते हैं, तो सम पीपल गिव अप एवरीथिंग, दे सरेंडर, पॉकेट सब निकाल के खाली कर देते हैं. तो एक जीवन में गैम्बलिंग भगवान के ऊपर भी लगा देना चाहिए, है ना? इतने सारे जीवन हमने निकाल दिए, तो एक जीवन भगवान के लिए, चलो हम ये जीवन तो भगवान को दे के देखते हैं क्या होता है. देन सी द मैजिक स्टार्ट हैपनिंग. सो ये है, व्याख्या हो गई है, तो डेफिनेशन हो गई व्हाट इज सरेंडर. नाउ हाउ टू सरेंडर. ये तो हमने समझ लिया सरेंडर क्या है, उसका डेफिनेशन क्या है. अभी प्रोसेस क्या है सरेंडर का? तो ये जो प्रोसेस है, ये चैतन्य महाप्रभु ने बताया है. रूप गोस्वामी को उन्होंने सनातन गोस्वामी को ये समझाया कि भगवान को सरेंडर कैसे करते हैं. क्योंकि चैतन्य महाप्रभु इज लॉर्ड कृष्णा कमिंग इन द फॉर्म ऑफ अ डिवोटी विद एग्जाम्पल शोइंग हाउ टू सरेंडर. Actually, if you study Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's life, it will teach you exactly how to surrender. So let's see what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying to Sanatana Goswami. He's saying there are 6 steps to surrender to Krishna. So Bhagavad Gita tells you surrender, 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 surrender. But it doesn't tell you how to surrender. So that is why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes, and through his practical example, he shows how to surrender. Huh? So this is from Hari Bhakti Vilas. There are 6 steps of surrender. You can repeat after me. Anukulyasya sankalpa. Anukulyasya sankalpa. Pratikulyasya varjanam. Pratikulyasya varjanam. That's it. Anukulyasya sankalpa. Pratikulyasya varjanam. Rakshasiyati vishvaso. Rakshasiyati vishvaso. Gopatrave varnam tatha. Gopatrave varnam tatha. Atmanikshepa karpanye. Atmanikshepa karpanye. Sadvidha sharanagati. Sadvidha sharanagati. Shada means 6, Vida means process, Sharanagati means surrender. So Bhagwan Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Sanatan Goswami को कहते हैं कि ये 6 steps है by which you can surrender to Krishna. So what are the 6 steps of surrender? So the first step is Anukulyasya Sankalpa. English में कहते हैं accept the things which are favorable for devotional service. And second one is reject the things which are unfavorable. So what we will do is, we don't have much time actually, so we'll take the 2 steps. Next 4 steps we'll study next time when we meet, next Sunday. So let's see Anukulyasya Sankalpa. Let's see first one. Oh, you know what? Let me define first one, all the first one. So accept the things which are favorable, reject the things which are unfavorable. Third step is always believe firmly in Rakshashi iti Vishwasa. Have complete faith that Krishna will protect me. Then fourth one is feel exclusively dependent on Gopatratve. So always feel that Krishna wants, then the festival will happen. If will not, nothing will happen. Right? Don't think that you are doing it. Everything is happening because Krishna is looking after. So always feel exclusively on mercy of Krishna. Have no interest separate from interest of Krishna. So if some activity is going on, say some event is going on, if it reminds me of Krishna, I will attend it. Some of your friend or family invites you for a program or a party, and if the party or program invites or gives you a feel, oh, this is a Krishna, I will go there. If it is not reminding you of Krishna, just avoid it. And then always feel oneself meek and humble. So let's see first 2 steps and see what we can learn from it. First one is accept the things which are favorable for Krishna's service. So which is called Anukulyasya Sankalpa. So what are the things which are favorable for bhakti? Bataiye. So there are many things which are favorable, but there are 9 processes. 9 processes of bhakti which are favorable. What are the 9 processes? Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu. Smaranam, Kirtanam, Vishnu. Smaran means Shravan pehla. Shravana means hearing. Shravanam, Kirtanam. Kirtanam means chanting. Vishnu. Smaranam means remembrance. Pada Sevanam, Seva. Atmanivedanam, you reveal yourself to Krishna. Atmanivedanam, Sakhyam, Dasyam, Pujanam. All these are 9 processes of devotional service, right? But while doing those services, what should be our mood? That is very important. So, what are the things which are favorable? Utsah Nishchayat Dhairyat Tata Tata Karma Pravartanat Sangatyago Satavritti Shadbir Bhakti Prasidhyati. Now, these are the 6 things which are favorable for devotional service. जब आप भगवान की सेवा करते हैं तो कैसे करनी चाहिए? उत्साह से करनी चाहिए. ऐसा नहीं मार पीट के कर रहे हैं, ऐसा नहीं. उत्साह से करना है, तो फिर ये फेवरेबल है क्या अनफेवरेबल है? फेवरेबल है ना. इफ यू आर डूइंग सम कुकिंग सर्विस इन द टेम्पल और यू आर क्लीनिंग सेवा, देन इट हैज टू बी उत्साह, एंथुजियाज्म. इन द मटेरियल लाइफ ऑल्सो इफ यू आर नॉट एंथुसियास्टिक, कुछ नहीं होने वाला है, कुछ नहीं होने वाला आपका, आप ऐसे ही रहेंगे. फिर दूसरा क्या है? निश्चय. इफ यू रियली वांट टू अचीव सक्सेस इन योर लाइफ, you have to be determined, confident. Then dhairya. Dhairya means patience. Nothing happens overnight. It's not like you worship Krishna today and tomorrow you want to see Krishna face to face. Nothing like that happens. Is that happens? You enter the college and next day you get degree. ऐसा होता है कभी? नहीं होता है. होता है? So what is the formula here for success? You see, if you have these three things in your life, which are the three things? Utsaha, enthusiasm, determination and patience. Then you will be successful in any activity you do in your life. See, you have a lot of enthusiasm but you have no patience. What will happen? सब गड़बड़ कर देंगे आप. है ना? उत्साह का क्या डेफिनेशन है? What is उत्साह? You are enthusiastic but use little intelligence also. Don't be angry and utsahi. It doesn't work like that. So उत्साह निश्चयात धैर्यात तत तत कर्म प्रवर्तनात्. तो तत तत कर्म प्रवर्तनात् means performing all the activities which are karma activities which are favorable for bhakti. Sanga tyago. Sanga tyago means
association and give up the bad.
very nice. Mataji is correct. Sanga tyaga. Tyaga means किसको छोड़ना है? जो very nice. That which doesn't remind you of Krishna, don't associate with those people. Materialistic people avoid at all, because they will take you away from Krishna. क्या फायदा फिर? अगर आपका जीवन का ध्येय है भगवान को पाना और आप जा रहे हैं दूसरी जगह, नहीं मिलेगी भगवान. शरणम के लिए क्या लगेगा? उत्साह चाहिए, डिटर्मिनेशन चाहिए, पेशेंस चाहिए. जो भक्ति के लिए जरूरी है वो करना भी चाहिए. क्या क्या जरूरी है? श्रवणम, कीर्तनम, विष्णु अर्चनम, पाद सेवनम, आत्मनिवेदनम, सख्यम, दास्यम, वो तो करना है. उसके साथ संग त्याग करना है. जो भौतिकतावादी लोग हैं उनको कहना है थैंक यू सो मच, हरे कृष्णा. और सतोवृत्ति. सतोवृत्ति यानी क्या? तो जो संत लोग रहते हैं, संत यानी दोज प्रीवियस आचार्यस, you should follow their footsteps. If you really want to progress in any field, you find one particular successful person and identify how did he achieve the success, and maybe you can learn from that person, right? Like for example, in Toyota, they make a car company. Toyota is a car company. They are number one now, many places. Where they use a formula which is called benchmarking formula. You know what is benchmarking? Benchmarking क्या रहता है?
Benchmarking is a mark set which people want to target, which people want to achieve.
No, benchmarking means they will identify one particular thing. We want to improve this year Toyota by automated car. So they will achieve that benchmark. Then next one. Every year they have a one benchmark. So they get benchmarking principle. So today you decide, okay, you want to do one round of bhakti and you have one round of japa. This is one benchmark. Then tomorrow you'll say, okay, I want to make 2 rounds, 4 rounds. Benchmark. Always increase the quality. So that's a benchmarking. So you learn from the acharyas, like how Srila Prabhupada did, how all other great acharyas lived their life in bhakti, and then you follow that. So that is called. So Shadbir Bhaktir Prasiddhyati. If you follow this 6 principle, what is that? Utsaha, Nischay, Dhairya, जो भी फेवरेबल है, तत तत कर्म प्रवर्तनत, संग त्यागो, सतोवृत्ति. So there are the 6 things. If you do, then you will be successful in bhakti. But then 6 things which are unfavorable, reject the things which are anukulyasya sankalpa, pratikulyasya varjanam. Oh, there is a typing here. It should be pratikulyasya varjanam. I typed wrong here, so please forgive me that. So it should be pratikulyasya varjanam. Reject the things which are unfavorable. So what are the things which are unfavorable for bhakti? So here, mentioned here by Rupa Goswami, Atyahar prayasascha prajalpa niyamagraha जन संगश्च लौल्यम च शाद्भिर भक्तिर विनश्यति। विनश्य यानी फिनिश। अगर आपको भगवान से दूर जाना है तो ये रास्ता है। क्या है? ये 6 स्टेप करो, भगवान से दूर हो जाएंगे आप। पहले तो 6 स्टेप कौन सी बताई? नजदीक आना है तो भगवान से नजदीक आने के लिए क्या करना है? क्या करना है? उत्साह, निश्चय, धैर्य, ततत कर्म प्रवर्तन, संग त्यागो, सत्ववृत्ति, शाद्भिर भक्ति प्रसिद्ध्यति। लेकिन अगर भगवान से दूर जाना है तो क्या करिए? तो ये करिए, अत्याहार, बहुत खाइए। अति आहार, हाँ, अति आहार का मतलब है बहुत खाना या बहुत इकट्ठा भी करना। कुछ लोग बहुत पैसे इकट्ठा करते हैं बैंक में, रोज देखते रहते हैं कितना ज़्यादा, जितना ज़्यादा गिनोगे उतना भगवान से ज़्यादा दूर जाएंगे। हाँ, अत्याहार, क्योंकि ओवर एंडोरिंग, टू मच काम करना पड़ता है। जितना पैसा ज़्यादा कमाना, बहुत मेहनत करना पड़ता है, पैसा ईजी नहीं है। फिर जितना मेहनत करेंगे उतना भगवान के लिए समय कम मिलेगा, है ना। कुछ लोग 2 जॉब करते हैं, 3 जॉब, जरूरियत ज़्यादा है उनकी, समझ सकते हैं, लेकिन फिर भगवान के लिए समय नहीं मिलता है बिल्कुल। तो अत्याहार प्रयासश्च, प्रयासश्च मीन्स ओवर एंडेवरिंग, which means you are having a target which is almost impossible to achieve, but you are लगे रहे, पूरी जिंदगी पैसे कमाने में लगे रहे, मर गए ऐसे बीच में। तो भगवान की भक्ति भी नहीं मिली, न मिली, न माया मिली, न राम मिले। हाँ, तो ये प्रयासश्च, बहुत मेहनत करते लोग, बहुत मेहनत, पूरी जिंदगी पैसा निकाल दिया। देन प्रजल्प, प्रजल्प मीन्स हाँ, नॉनसेंस। लोग मिलते हैं तो क्या, प्रजल्प, प्रजल्प, पॉलिटिक्स, मूवी, इसने ऐसा किया, उसने ऐसा किया, मेरी सास तो ऐसी है, आपके कपड़े कैसे हैं, like that, you know, mundane talks, nothing about Krishna. So less you talk about Krishna, less you go near to Krishna. When you meet some devotee, what do you talk? What is next Janmashtami, or what is the next festival, or what did you read from Bhagavad Gita, or something like that. But prajalpa, prajalpa करना, लोगों की बुराई करना, गॉसिपिंग करना, यही सोशलाइजेशन इसको कहते हैं। सोशलाइजेशन में आप भगवान से दूर हो जाते हैं एक्चुअली। दैट इज वाई व्हेन वी कम टू टेम्पल, द बेस्ट थिंग इज टू टॉक टू ईच अदर अबाउट व्हाट डिड यू रीड फ्रॉम भगवद गीता लास्ट वीक, और शेयर विद ईच अदर, rather than, at least temple should be one place where we don't gossip, at least in front of deities. That should be etiquette. When you go in the front of Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, would you gossip or you just talk to Prime Minister? What would you do? हाँ, because he's standing in front of you. अगर भगवान यहाँ खड़े हैं और आप दूसरा ही कुछ गप्पा मार रहे हैं, हाँ, तो फिर क्या हो जाएगा? उसको कहते हैं प्रजल्प। भगवान को दूर जाना, भगवान से आपको दूर जाना है तो करिए जो करना है, हमें कोई पड़ी नहीं है। लेकिन अगर भगवान के पास जाना है तो ध्यान से भगवान की सेवा करनी बहुत जरूरी है। तो प्रजल्प नियमाग्रह, नियमाग्रह मीन्स नियम अग्रह और नियम आग्रह, ये 2 चीजें हैं। संस्कृत में, संस्कृत इज अ ट्रिकी लैंग्वेज वेयर यू हियर एंड देयर यू मिक्स द वर्ड नियम अग्रह और आग्रह। आग्रह मीन्स टू फॉलो जस्ट फॉर द सेक ऑफ फॉलोइंग। मैं आपको आग्रह करता हूँ 2 रोटी खाइए, तो जस्ट मैं कह रहा हूँ इसलिए, आपको भूख तो नहीं है लेकिन खा रहे हैं, उसको कहते हैं आग्रह। सो सम पीपल they come to temple or come to Krishna or whatever the temple they go, they just go there because somebody told me, और जैसे कि इनको, आपको कोई खींच के लाया ना आज, you came by yourself, came by yourself, somebody brought you, ऐसे ही आए, चलो ठीक है। तो जैसे हमारे कुछ भक्त लोग हैं, वो आते ही हैं मंदिर और हृदय से आते हैं। कुछ लोगों को बुलाना पड़ता है, आइए प्लीज आइए, तो आते, चलो बहुत बार प्रभु जी बोल रहे तो जाएंगे इस बार, बहुत दिमाग खा रहे, रोज मैसेज भेज रहे हैं, इस बार तो जाना ही पड़ेगा। 10 ग्रुप में 10 बार मैसेज छोड़ दिया, अभी तो जाना ही पड़ेगा। तो बुरा ना लगे इसलिए उसको कहते हैं आग्रह। जैसे कि हमने बोला कि हरे कृष्ण मंत्र का जप करिए, चलिए अभी प्रभु जी ने बोला तो करना ही पड़ेगा, अभी क्या करें, अभी आप फंस गए यहाँ पे आके, अरे चल रहा है, तो उसको क्या कहते हैं। तो अगर भगवान की सेवा आप करने के खातिर कर रहे हैं तो कोई फायदा नहीं है, फिर वो वेस्ट ऑफ टाइम है, डोंट डू इट। एंड दूसरा है अग्रह। अग्रह मीन्स समझे बिना करना, डू विदाउट अंडरस्टैंडिंग। जैसे कि वी आर ऑफरिंग द इंसेंस, ऑफरिंग द घी लैम्प, एवरीथिंग वी ऑफर टू कृष्णा, बट वाई डू वी ऑफर इंसेंस? घी लैम्प क्यों करते हैं? पानी क्यों लगाते हैं भगवान को? भोग क्यों लगाते हैं? भोग लगा रहे, भगवान खा नहीं रहे, कैसे क्या समझे? तो समझ के करना ही बहुत जरूरी है। अग्रह, हाँ, तो अग्रह यानी डूइंग विदाउट अंडरस्टैंडिंग. सो बोथ आर detrimental to bhakti. But if you understand, you do with your heart, emotion, that is positive. हाँ, जनसंग. जनसंग यानी कौन बताएगा? माता जी बता. हाँ, वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड. प्रभु जी इज करेक्ट. जनसंग, associating with the materialistic people. More you associate with materialistic, more you read newspapers, more you read TV, more you see internet, Facebook, you will go away from
Krishna.
Where do you go then? You go away from Krishna, means you go near to Maya, right? So Jana Sangascha Laulyam. Laulyam means? Very nice. More greed, more money, more name, more fame, more power, more prestige, more this, more that, bigger house, bigger bungalow, bigger car, everything bigger, bank balance bigger. So more greed will take you away from Krishna. So these are the 6 things. If you do, then you will be successful in going away from Krishna. And if you want to go towards Krishna, then you avoid this 6 things. What are the 6 things? Atyahara prayasascha, rajalpa niyamagraha, jan sangascha laulyamcha, shadbir bhaktir vinashyati. So ये 6 steps. Abhi, there are a lot more things, but we don't have much time. We have hardly 4-5 minutes more. So any questions you have? No? Are you all good? कोई प्रश्न प्रभु का?
No, I'm just thinking. If we see every activity is just like surrendering to Krishna, then that activity is also not considered as getting away from Krishna, right?
Sorry, can you say some example?
Just like for me, uh, my goal is to make better nuclear reactor, which will help the world to get more energy. In beneficiary, it will help so many people.
Mhm.
I see this activity as a surrender to Lord Krishna.
Yes, yes. So any activities you do can be dedicated for service of Krishna. Surrender does not mean that you become sannyasi and give up, become Babaji. So surrender means that, like say you are a scientist, or you're a doctor or engineer, or you're a professor or teacher or student, whatever you are, you use whatever the platform you have for the service of Krishna. For example, you are a cricketer. You play cricket, but glorify Krishna, because he is the one who is giving you energy to play cricket. Otherwise, how can you play cricket? Right? If you have this computer, we are using this computer for service of Krishna. So we are not saying we are rejecting computers. We are going to say that, okay, we are going to use it for service of Krishna. I am a doctor, so I'm going to use whatever the services I have for the service of Krishna. So whatever money I make, I will use it for service of Krishna. Like that. So like you are a chef, you cook for pleasure of Krishna and then feed devotees prasadam. So whatever the platform, you might have a smaller platform or a bigger platform. We have to use for service of Krishna, that is called as surrender. And then while doing that surrender, you have to avoid the things which are not favorable. Like say you are a scientist and you want to achieve certain things, and then you are doing all unnecessary endeavors, and you don't have any time enough to think about Krishna, then that will not take you near to Krishna. So we have to do our best, but not too much. Otherwise, will prajalpa niyamagraha janasanga laulyam. If you remember this also, you'll be successful. Huh? Think of don'ts. These are don'ts, and the first ones are do's. Do's and don'ts. 6 do's and 6 don'ts. So what are the do's? Utsaha, Nishchay, Dhairya. Utsaha, Nishchayat, Dhairyat. Tatatata karma pravartanat, which means doing the things which are favorable. Sanga tyago sato vritti. Avoid the association of materialistic. So, association, we have doctors association, we have pharmacist, engineers association. Associations are everywhere, right? Why do they have associations? Because you progress. You discuss meetings and you have so many things, right? Similarly, the temple is an association where we meet devotees. Can you meet devotees outside in a movie theater? You go to Silver City, will you meet devotees there? कोई कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण बोलेगा कोई आपको? कोई नहीं बोलेगा. होटल में मिले तो रेस्टोरेंट में मिलेगा कोई भक्त? इसलिए मंदिर आना जरूरी है। तो लोग कहते हैं मंदिर क्यों जाना है? तो मंदिर जाएंगे तो आपको कोई मिलेगा भगवान का नाम लेने वाला? नहीं तो कहाँ मिलेगा? हर एक शहर गांव में मंदिर की जरूरत है। क्यों? Oh, what is the need of the temple? Oh, what is the need of the hospital?
ताकि सब लोगों का क्या कह सकते हैं,
फिजिकल केयर कर सके। तो आत्मा की केयर करने के लिए कोई लगेगा ना जगह? क्या ऐसे ही रास्ते में? वो कहते भगवान सब जगह है तो मंदिर जाने की क्या जरूरत है? ऐसे भी लोग बुद्धिशाली रहते हैं ना, इंटेलिजेंट पीपल, और हमारे घर पे भी भगवान है तो मंदिर क्यों जाए? अरे घर पे भी भगवान है, रास्ते पे भी भगवान है, लेकिन मंदिर ये भगवान का खुद का घर है। वहाँ भगवान विशेष रूप से रहते हैं, इसलिए मंदिर जाते हैं लोग। जैसे भगवान घर में तो भगवान की इतनी सेवा नहीं होती है, लेकिन मंदिर में जब भगवान की सेवा होती है स्ट्रिक्टली, तो वहाँ पे भगवान विशेष रूप से रहते हैं, क्योंकि वहाँ 24 घंटे भगवान की सेवा चलती है। वहाँ टीवी वगैरह कुछ नहीं चलता है, घर में तो सब कुछ चलता है। इसलिए विशेष रूप से वहाँ जाना है जहाँ भगवान, इसलिए मंदिर आना जरूरी है, क्योंकि एसोसिएशन मिलता है। अगर आप यही एसोसिएशन नहीं मिला तो क्या हो जाएगा? तो फिर भगवान के पास नहीं जा पाएंगे, है ना। इसलिए मंदिर आना, कथा सुनना, ये सब बहुत जरूरी है। तो संग त्यागा सतो वृत्ति, हाँ, साध्वीर भक्ति प्रसिद्धति। और थिंग्स टू बी अवॉइडेड, डोंट ईट टू मच, ईट लिटिल बिट। व्हाट इज, बिकॉज इफ यू ईट टू मच व्हाट हैपेंस? हाँ, नींद आ जाएगी, तो भगवान का ध्यान नहीं कर पाएंगे। हाँ? फिर अत्याहार ऑल्सो मीन्स कलेक्टिंग टू मच मनी ऑल्सो। इफ यू हैव मोर मनी, यू आर वरीड, कहाँ रखेंगे, किसको देंगे, कैसे करेंगे, नींद नहीं आती रात को लोगों को, पैसे के साथ। प्रयासश्च, अननेसेसरी एंडेवर्स अवॉइड करना। प्रजल्प यानी, प्रजल्प यानी क्या? हाँ, एटलीस्ट भगवान के सामने तो नहीं करना। हाँ? मंदिर में गॉसिपिंग नहीं करना। नियमाग्रह मीन्स
without any emotion, just doing for sake of doing.
डूइंग विदाउट अंडरस्टैंडिंग और नॉट डूइंग एट ऑल, बोथ द वेज। जनसंग एंड लौल्यम। जनसंग अगेन एसोसिएशन, एंड लौल्यम मीन्स ग्रीड नहीं रखना है, बहुत बहुत लालच नहीं। ग्रीड रख सकते हैं, जैसे कि हमको बहुत भगवान की सेवा करने की इच्छा है, या ग्रीड है मुझे कि आज मुझे 100 राउंड करने हैं, 100 राउंड्स ऑफ हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र, ये अच्छी ग्रेड है, लेकिन बाकी ग्रेड भगवान से दूर हो जाएगा। ठीक है, थैंक यू सो मच, योर क्वेश्चन वाज वेरी नाइस। एनीबडी एल्स, एनी पॉइंट्स? ठीक है, इज इट यूजफुल और वेस्ट ऑफ योर टाइम? सो श्री कृष्ण सेड इन भगवद गीता, शरणम शरणम, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showing the Sharanam, and then Rupa Goswami explaining the process of Sharanam. There are more things, but we'll talk when we meet next time. Hare Krishna. Let's do Aarti. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaura Premanande. Hari Hari Bol. Mataji ready? Mataji is preparing, I think, something. So let's talk. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Draupadi is one of the example of Sharanam. We'll talk about it when we meet next time. श्री गौरताय की जय, सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान जी की जय, श्री राधा व्रजवत्सल की जय, निताई गौर